What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some Raggatek. I'm not sure how many Raggatek reactions I've done on the channel thus far. I would guess no more than 2 or 3, and the tunes I did react to in this style were probably a couple years ago now, maybe not too long after I began this channel. But I am hugely fond of the Raggatek genre, though it doesn't go as far back for me personally as other styles that I mix and listen to, like acid techno, acid trance, goa trance, gabber. But as I said, I'm a huge fan of the genre. I discovered it late 2000s, maybe early 2010s, in particular in conjunction with the label Chaotic Sound System, which is the label that this record is on right here. And the label is run by Vandal, aka Simon Johnston. It's a UK label. I do think Vandal is the absolute maestro of the genre. There's some other really good producers I've since discovered over time, like Guigu makes great Raggatek. But as I said, I think the absolute master is indeed Vandal. Now on his label, there's been a few other producers over time that have made tunes that have stood out to me, like Danger Mark, I think of one in particular. But Vandal does put out the majority of the tunes on his label. So yes, it's a mixture, is Raggatek, of a very fast and wild style of techno, techno spelled with a K, mixed or infused with reggae, raga, and other Jamaican music stylings, a lot of reggae samples, reggae keyboards, reggae guitar, but mixed with, 170, 180 beat per minute rocking wild techno. So yeah, you take two things that I'm already hugely fond of independently, reggae and techno music, you put them together, I'm bound to be a big fan. So yes, recently Chaotic Sound System put out 2 new records, the category label system, Chaotic 20 and Chaotic 21. This is 21, and we're going to listen to a tune by Vandal himself. Indeed, all 4 tunes on both of the records, meaning all 8 tracks on the 2 newest Chaotic Sound System records are by Vandal himself. And we're going to listen to one called Never Give Up, which, I don't usually go too far outside the music here, but in the last week there's been some things that have happened here that I'm not overly fond of, so it seems like a good time to talk about a track that speaks to persistence, that speaks to survival and endurance, getting through difficulties, fighting through adversity, retaining your identity and coming out on the other side, if not unscathed, certainly alive and kicking and back in the sun again. So yeah, I do want to note there's a few lines in here in particular, and I don't know if these vocals were sampled from a pre-existing track, which is what I would expect because most Raggatek, it does sample pre-existing reggae tunes, but it's possible these vocals were recorded anew for this tune. But there's a couple lines. There's one near the beginning that's something like, and it doesn't matter where you come from, it just matters how far you've come. And then later there's a pair of lines that's something to the effect of, and even when the wicked world fight me, I'm never giving up. Even when tragedies strike me, I'm never giving up, never giving in. And I feel like that really not only is a admirable sentiment, but it captures the essence of the sonic feeling of the tune overall. One last point, for most of Vandal's discography that I've heard on his label over the last 15 years or so, he, again, has a very fast style of techno mixed with reggae stylings. He blends them perfectly, but there wasn't too much acid work. Well, on both of the records that came out recently, indeed, on this track right here, there's a lot of acid work. So I think it's fantastic that Vandal has added the acid sound to his sonic arsenal, if you will. So with no further ado, let's listen. This is Never Give Up by Vandal on his own label, Chaotic Sound System. And this record is Chaotic Sound System 21. And away we go. Never give up.
This one is reaching out. Is that this song once again? Yeah. Though the world is full of fear and doubt, still I'm confident in the way. Cause I never give up, I never give in. All of my life I have been struggling, still a soldier on the front line. And I know the victory is mine. Cause I never give up, I never give in. Burn myself out till into the pain. Every day I want the back will feel. Love is my weapon, I fake is my shield. I learned at a very young age that it's not about where you're from. Same time it doesn't matter where you're at, it's more important of where you have come. And even if the critics never rate me, I'm never giving up, no way. And to all the weak hearts who hate me, I'm never giving up, no day. Or when the wicked won't fight me, I'm never giving up, no way. Even when tragedy strike me, I never, never know. I never give in. All of my life I have been struggling, but still a soldier on the front line. And I know the victory is mine, 'cause I never give up, I never give in. Burn myself out to learn to depend. All with me there on the back road field. Love is my weapon and faith is my shield. It's my shield.
Bass stretches. Admirable sentiment and an absolutely cracking tune. And seriously, all 8 of the tracks on the 2 most recent Chaotic Sound Systems are on that level. So yeah, we got 7 more of these to go. I'll spread them out, but I wanted to start with this one. And yeah, again, I just love the overall vibe of Raggatek. I love the speed, I love the tempo, I love the power, but also the sentiment and the feeling that comes through in the samples in this track in a particularly inspiring way. And as I said, if Vandal wants to keep putting acid work in his tracks, I would be hugely fond of that. I will say, you know, every year, and in fact, people who know, like, I used to run an old YouTube channel that was around for like a dozen years. It started like 2010, and it ran until 2022, when, for arcane reasons, I had to make a new channel because my old channel was linked to a university account, and my old university was like, we're getting rid of all alumni accounts, so if you have a YouTube or Google account, you're not going to be able to access it anymore. Long story short, on that old channel, all I did was DJ mixes, and for the most part, I only did them at the holidays every year. Every year I would do 1 or 2 holiday mixes, and then the next year would come around and I'd do some more holiday mixes. So it's a tradition I've carried on this new channel. And for maybe my 2 holiday mixes this time around, one of them is definitely going to be a Raggatek mix, and it's going to feature all 8 of the tunes on the 2 new Raggatek records I have, as well as probably a smattering of tracks from older Raggatek records, mostly, again, from the Chaotic Sound System label. Not only, there's like 1 or 2 other records I have that are from some different labels, but by and large, my collection of Raggatek is all the Chaotic Sound System stuff. In any case, one of my holiday mixes this year will definitely be a Raggatek mix, so if you're interested in this, keep an eye out for the future reactions from these records, and check around Christmas time, or at least up until New Year's, because usually I would do it like 1 Christmas, 1 New Year, so that'll probably be my plan again this year. One of them will be Raggatek. Let me know what you think of this track, and I will see you next time. Peace.